Dark Souls 3 is 25 gigabytes and is $60, which does not include its 2 DLC, which are 15 apiece, or 25 if you get the season pass, or you could get the deluxe edition for 85, which I think is the same price as the normal and season pass. Alright, so Dark Souls 3 took me a while to get to because I 100%ed the other two. It is the most fluid out of all the games. It doesn't feel very clunky. They did away with the spell, like the casts, the fucking spell slot system from D&D, and now you just have a mana system which you can restore with the Ashen Estus Flask. There's still backstabs and parries and all that. They added Ashes of War, which is like special effects or weapons can use. There were a couple weapons in Dark Souls 1 and 2 that had those kinds of special effects, but in this, every weapon has it. And then they eventually, in Elden Ring, made it to where you can swap them off of the weapons, put them on different weapons. But not every weapon could do that. In this, you can hold down the heavy attacks. I don't think they have that in 1 or 2. And then you can also break people's posture and get a crit, instead of just like drop attacks from 1. I don't think 2 has anything similar. I PvP'd the most in this one because 1, I did like invasions in the forest and was a blue for a little bit. But in 3, there's like an actual reason to PvP. They added the arena in one of the DLCs. 2 has an arena, part of base game. But I don't PvP in 2 at all. Spoilers, in 1, you could parry the final boss. I don't think you can parry any other bosses. In this, you can parry this guy. Damn, he's just missing me. Come on, actually hit me so I can parry the fuck out of you. Yeah. I could have gone for a heavy and gotten like extra damage off the parry. No way. Bro, he's missing. See, got the stab and the parry, the riposte. Then he swapped to two-handed mode for his transformation, which you can see uses the blue. This game is a lot more fast-paced than 1 or 2. 2, you can just like circle strafe around every enemy and win. 1 is very clunky, you get like underneath the boss. Basically what I was doing there. Dark Souls 3 continued the having a single firekeeper that is actually plot relevant in some way, instead of a nameless fire. I mean, I guess they're all nameless firekeepers. Just like in 2, you can kick away people's shields and get a riposte. I'm not going to continue playing. I do like 3 the most out of all the Dark Souls games, just because it's, you know, it feels better to play. I think this has some of the hardest bosses in it too. All of these games are a lot harder than Elden Ring because of Elden Ring's open world nature. Oh yeah, I forgot these guys wake up when I pick up the fucking shield there. There also isn't as much setup to do. Dark Souls 3 is a lot more linear. There's like one split path you can do, but you have to go down the other path eventually to continue down the path that you chose. Or, you know, you go down the other path to get the key to just go straight down the first path. Damn. Damn, brother. He has a lot of stamina. I really don't want to die to him. What do you mean that wasn't a parry? It lagged right as he swung. Parries will always be satisfying. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, and that's Dark Souls 3. Some of the best boss fights out of the series. It, because it's the newest one, is most fluid, feels the best to play. looks the best. Just like all of the Dark Souls games, you need to know nothing about the story to actually play it. In Dark Souls 1, the best class to pick is the Cleric, or I mean the Pyromancer, because it starts with level 1. You can't parry that fucking shit. No, fuck you, I'm not fighting him. In Dark Souls 1, the best one to pick is the Pyromancer, because it starts at level 1, so you technically have the best stats as you level up. In 2, I think the best one to pick is the Cleric, because it similar stat setup, and starts with one of the best weapons, a mace. And this, it's the Knight, because you just have the best stats for basically any build you want to make, even like wizards and shit. They brought back Andre from the first game. There's a lot of nostalgic bits in this one. Like the final boss fight has 2 phases, like most boss fights. And in the second phase, it swaps to the original final boss of 1's soundtrack. This one kept 2's, you level up at the lady. It's split endurance and vitality for equip load and stamina, sadly.
Farewell, I should make.
You also just have fast travel. I actually like all the side quests you can do in this, like, oh, he's not here right now. There's the invasion guy. The Crestfallen Knight in this one gives you like items and fucking emotes and has a whole quest line himself.
Another one. Will you not? Gives me and it have a weird.
So he gives you collapse. There's several different endings that actually feel good to get in this one. Unlike 2, where you have 2 endings, but they basically don't do anything. In 1, you have 2 endings, but it's just you either kill yourself with the fire or you walk out, just like 2. In this, you can usurp the flame, give it to her to die. You can become the Dark Lord and like walk away and let it die, or you can let yourself on fire and continue it. 3 is less replayable. If you go into New Game Plus, there's just like new rings. Like you get, oh yeah, there's also 4 ring slots, like 2 instead of like 1. And this is for your Covenant, which you can just swap instead of going to a bonfire or going to the Covenant to swap it. Yeah, I'd say this is probably the only S tier game on the tier list so far. You can get the arena, it'll be in here once you beat one of the DLC bosses. It also kept the you get more Estus as you go through the game and upgrade it as you go through like 2. So it kept some of the good stuff from 2. It got rid of adaptability. Anyway, if you play any of the Dark Souls, I do recommend to play through game series, like from the first game to the last game, no matter how different they are as it goes through. But if you just want to play a Dark Souls 3 is the one to do it with. And then if you like it enough, you might like it enough to go back and play 1 and 2. This one also still has a lot of players online every day. People still no life PvP in this.